Okay, okay, guys. It is Old Man G here, back again with well, quite a late actually. Sorry, quite a late Manchester United versus Aston Villa live stream review. And basically, we're just gonna have a quick because obviously the match is at 4:30 today, UK time, so about just over 2 hours from now. Please check out the FIFA 20 live stream simulation I just posted. Let me know in those comments whether you agree or disagree with the predictions on that front. But yeah, it's a win. It must be a win. That's essentially what I'm titling this. A win is a must for Manchester United versus Aston Villa here. We obviously lost midweek, but I don't think you can really. I mean, I feel that this game is much more important, much more crucial, much more significant. I mean, you know, I don't think. While I feel top four is over, we should at least be fighting for it. And frankly, Chelsea drop points, City drop points, Spurs are pushing on. They're not dropping points, but they are conceding goals. So the reality is that if we want to really push a top four, and I know that quite frankly it's going to be difficult, and I still think that with the squad that we have, it's almost nigh impossible. I think what we need to do, we need to win this game. We need to win this game because our next games are against Aston Villa. Sorry, our next games are against Spurs and then Manchester City afterwards. And in theory, if we won all those three games, I think we would be in a shout for top four again, and we could build on things. Rasmus, say good to see you in the chat. Thanks for waiting for me. Thanks for waiting for me. Appreciate it. I'm gonna have a quick view of what I think the team is going to be in a minute. But yeah, for me, this is a win. We're at home. It's against Villa, who are not an easy team, but I think if we beaten Brighton at home at 3-0, we should beat Aston Villa. It's a must, and I think that if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does not win this game, then you've got to be thinking about sacking. To be honest, you've got to. And I don't say that happily, but our next two games are going to be against Spurs and Manchester City, where we could easily drop points, draw, or even lose both of them. Especially with how how Tottenham are under obviously Mourinho, but also how Manchester City wants to obviously keep on fighting. So we could easily, if we lose this game, we could easily lose the next two, and we'll be we'd have 9 points, well, 0 points from three games essentially, next three games, and potentially be near the relegation zone. So we've got to win this game. We've got to win this game. It is a must win. Don Ragnar, if we don't win, Ollie will be up in front of me, just smiling into this, pontificating like a politician on how wonderful we played and how the dream of future success is still viable. Pathetic. I don't disagree, if I'm honest. I do think that one of the things that has annoyed me some times about is just, I don't know whether he hides the frustration or whether he shows frustration. I have got no idea. He is a nice guy, and I think that's fair enough. But I think it's reasonable to criticize the performance, criticize players. You can't just be like, "Oh, it's unlucky," etc. Oh, it's future, unless he has gotten the reassurance from Ed Woodward that he's going to be here till at least end of the season. And if you think about it, to be fair, the only manager that we sacked midway through the season was Mourinho, and that was probably based on how he's been here. But I would suggest that possibly we could do the same with Solskjaer. Rasmus say, yeah, I agree. He should lose his job if he doesn't win today, to be honest. He should be long gone, but not winning games like this is unacceptable. I absolutely agree, guys. And let me know what you think is going. Send me watching. If you're new to the channel, please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, United X. Check our links below for our podcast and our Discord community as well, which is growing. But yeah, we have to win. And I see if anyone obviously tuned into my my FIFA 20 live match simulation for United against Aston Villa, which I just posted, check that out, guys. I won't spoil the score for you, but it was scaringly realistic. Let's put it that way. It was very, very scaringly realistic, and I'd be very, very concerned if that. I wouldn't be surprised, should I say, if that result actually turns out to be what we do on the pitch. So let me just look at what I think the team is going to be like. Um, Possibly. Um, so we're at home. I really, 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 really do not want to see Ollie playing free at the back. I really, 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 really don't want to see Phil Jones ever starting for Manchester United ever again. I've got no idea why we played Phil Jones. If Twansibi, even a crooked Twansibi, plays ahead of Phil Jones, I don't care if he's coming back from injury. I don't care like he's put Twans. If you're gonna think about putting another defender in a game and Twansibi is available on the bench, you put Twansibi ahead of Phil Jones. And in fact, to be honest, I would actually put Twansibi almost ahead of Lindelof. I should not see Phil Jones. If I see Phil Jones in this starting lineup, like I did against Sheffield United, to be honest, I know this sounds harsh, but you even just sack him before the game. You sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer before we play this game, because Phil Jones, at best, EPL against Colchester, and even then that might be a struggle, but not in important games that we need to win. I was very, very disappointed when I saw Phil Jones starting last week. I knew as soon as I saw him on that team sheet that we were going to concede, and lo and behold, we conceded because of him. Don Wagner, I do feel that Ollie has normalised the mediocre mindset from which no growth will occur. I agree with that. And Twansiba Lindelof, if Ollie has the balls to give him a run next to Maguire, I agree. I mean, I think it's, I always feel the youth should basically be given eased in. But to be honest, Lindelof is a good defender, but the problem is we don't play, our star doesn't go play to Lindelof's strengths. Lindelof and even Maguire like passing the ball forward, but we don't have creative midfielders to really carry the ball forward and create chances. If you look, a lot of the passes forward from all teams have actually been for Maguire and Lindelof trying to attack. Our midfielders are just a joke. Whereas with the way that we're playing now, we really need players that can actually be a bit more aggressive and win the ball in the air. And Lindelof is a player that can't really do that. And I agree with that we're better off starting 10 men than Phil Jones, to be honest. I absolutely agree with that. But let me go through the starting 11 that I think will start, although we are probably going to get team news in the next hour, maybe half an hour. But this is what I think I'm hoping will start, but you never know. De Gea obviously will be in goal. No surprises there. He's been decent for us. And I think that's fine. Williams at left back. I did think Williams did struggle against Sheffield United, but I think that's because he didn't have much help in front of him. But to be honest, after seeing how Luke Shaw played against Astana, and considering Brandon Williams' goal against Sheffield United, I think Williams, I think he'll grow, and I think with the right coaching, which I don't think he's getting, but with better coaching, I think he'll develop. I think he'll grow, and I think that's important. That's good. Don Wagner, Ollie needs to put Pogba in the 10 when he returns. I agree, although I'm not expecting Pogba to be fully fit when he returns, because obviously he's just coming back from injury. If you have Pogba in the 10, Martial's goal tally will start rising. I agree. If Pogba says he'll hopefully be back for City or potentially Spurs, which would be good. So I am looking forward to that. And to be fair, we do miss McTominay as well. If McTominay and Pogba can be back for Spurs and City respectively, then that is a boost, and that would be really, really good. Thanks to everyone who's watching, by the way. Please like the video, like the video if you can. Maguire, I suspect he will start Maguire and Lindelof, although I do feel that Twansibi should at least be getting a shout now. To be honest, I think it's crazy, and just think about it, if you think it's crazy, the fact that this United team is still very, very young, and is relying heavily on academy players. You look at this 11 now, Williams Academy, Pereira Academy, Rashford Academy, and even Greenwood and obviously Lingard, we're not really relying on him, but even your Twansibi is relying on a lot of academy players, which is very, very strange. We really should have signed more players in summer, but I'm not gonna go there. I'm not. But yeah, I suspect he will start Maguire and Lindelof, and they really just have to turn on today. I don't think they've conceded tons of goals. They've not conceded that many goals, but I do think that they need to switch on. because Villa will be a threat, and they've been more of a threat from crosses this season. And if we can't win those balls in the air, we're going to get punished by set pieces from Aston Villa. We will. Um, Wan-Bissaka, a right back. Obviously, there's no doubt about that. The only thing of Wan-Bissaka is just that he's played essentially almost every. Dalot seems to still be injured, and he's played almost every single game. And if we lose Wan-Bissaka before Christmas period, it's going to be a major, major blow. And you know who's going to go in that position if Wan-Bissaka gets injured. So we're about to hit a very, very busy Christmas period with a very thin squad and a very injury-prone squad. So I have a lot of concerns going into December, if I'm quite honest. I think anyway, moving on, that Fred should play in the DM position. He should be the deepest midfielder. Maybe you give Garner a go, but I don't think he's going to do that. I don't think Ollie's going to go for youth. He's going to have experience when he's under pressure. He's going to go for youth. So I suspect he'll probably put. I would hope that Fred at least goes there. I don't know whether Matic is fit, but I don't think he's going to play him either. So Fred is probably going to be in that defensive position. Pereira slightly ahead. I think Pereira should play slightly ahead of Fred. Although Pereira's been trash, if I'm frank. We're scraping in the barrel here because McTominay and Pogba, who have been our better midfielders, are injured. I don't think Ollie's going to go for youth like a Garner. So Pereira's going to have to play there, and I think Pereira is trash. So I think already we've lost the midfield battle, if I'm perfectly honest. I don't think Pereira's had any good games. He's ranged from bad to mediocre games for Manchester United this season, if I'm perfectly honest. Don Magna, do you think Gomez will leave and go to Spain where he has a chance of developing into Iniesta's type of player? United Mike only knows how to give up Martinez players. I agree with that. To be honest, I've said this on several streams before, that United players should actually go out on loan. They should all go out on loan and get some experience, like the Chelsea players. That's what I think they should do. They should really all go out on loan because, frankly, they're not getting development here and they're not getting game times. You look at Jadon Sancho, he wasn't getting game time at City, he wasn't going to get game time at City, went to Dortmund and he's now a boss and now people want to buy. You need to either go out on loan or they need to be sold because unfortunately his young players not going to get much development at Manchester United, unfortunately. 12 people watching, but only 2 likes. Come on, guys, like the vid, share the vid. I'd really, really appreciate it. Please do. It's really good for the nature of this channel. Rasmus A, by the way, do you think the Banter FC will have a honeymoon period after sacking their manager? Possibly, but knowing Arsenal, I think they'll make their next manager appointment will be bad. And I actually think that the issues go more beyond the club and the toxicity around the fan base more than anything. I still think a lot of players are going to be unhappy because, like Aubameyang, Torreira, Xhaka, etc., all these players were unhappy with or without Emery, if I'm honest. We should rid of Dalot. He is no Phil Jones. Same with Bay. I mean, you could probably pick a list of injury-prone players that we have. We need to speak to the physio medical team at United because the amount of Dalot, Jones gets injured, Martial gets injured, Pog gets injured, so many injury-prone players. To be fair to Fred, although Fred has been a bit average, at least Fred has kept himself fit. Fred has kept himself fit. Maguire's kept himself fit. Rashford, has at least tried to keep himself fit. So fair play to those players, but everyone else, to be honest, it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Moving on, Rashford obviously is going to play on the left as a left wing. I suspect that's not going to change. I think him and the Martial interaction will be good, and that is, for me, that is the key to win this game. Him and Martial being on the same wavelength, and Rashford certainly putting away his chances, which he needs to do. If he'd done that against Brighton, we would have been at least 5 or 6-0 ahead. On the left, Daniel James, who continues to impress. Had a so-so game against Sheffield, had a pretty good assist. But, the fact that we only paid £15 million for a 21-year-old from, I think it was Leeds, and he's basically been one of our better players this season. Shows good scouting, but also shows the overall quality in this team is just not great, to be honest. And as I said, Daniel James not even actually a right winger; he's actually a left winger. He plays, that's his natural position. We still don't have a true, in my opinion, right winger like Arsenal do, and like most other teams do. We're constantly playing players out of position who don't actually who don't actually fit either our system or the way that we want to play. And that's just a story. That's just been the story of Manchester United this whole season. Um, Dan Magner, the sad thing about Gomez is he was Sancho's skipper in under-19 squad. Sanchez moved up levels and United holding Gomez up because they're not developing him. Absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with the statement. Not just him, but Chong, even Greenwood, I would argue, these players need loan moves. Send them out on loan to a championship side, to a Liga side, to a German side. Send them out on loan. Oh, Swansea, Rasme. Sorry, yeah, Swansea. Because he's Welsh, obviously. Send them out on loan at least a year, like you did with Transiba and Villa, to get them the experience to build their confidence. The only thing I guess is that because our squad is so short, is so depleted, and is so injury prone, I guess you can't afford to. I guess you cannot actually afford for these players to go. I would love them to go, but because our squad is so thin, they have to come in. 50 people watching this vid, guys. 15 people watching the vid. Thanks for watching. But only 6 likes. Come on, if you're watching and you're listening, please like the vid. I really, really appreciate it. We're wrapping it up soon because obviously we're getting our team news soon, and the game will be starting. Rasmus A, I think it was Giggs' recommendation, not so much scouting. Yeah, that makes fair play to Ryan Giggs. So he's qualified. Wales are qualified via him, and he's obviously given us a good recommendation in Daniel James. Uno Silver Queen Ninjala. I assume that means hello. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. So just about to finish the news. So obviously Rashford, Matt. So this is the thing, Matter. Now, I put Matter in the number 10 position. I still think that I still don't know what Lingard will actually contribute. If I'm honest, at least Mata is slow. Mata can't keep up, but Mata has more technique and creativity, in my opinion. Even the fact though that he's slow than Lingard. Right now, I just do not see what Lingard contributes to United. He did score a good goal against Astana, but he really needs to prove more. And I think he's someone that should come off the bench, if anything. So I would actually play Mata in a number 10 role to help with the creativity with Martial and Rashford, and then you can bring Lingard on maybe in the second half if things aren't working out. But I certainly wouldn't start Jesse Lingard at this moment in time. I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. And then of course ahead of Anthony Martial, who we have to pray will not get injured in this game, because if Anthony Martial gets injured, it's game over. There's a possibility that Greenwood might start, So for example, we might play two holding midfield. We play Pereira as two holding midfielders. You then put Mata ahead of them, and then maybe Greenwood comes in there. I'm not sure, but I suspect Greenwood will come from the bench. And frankly, against Sheffield United, it was the youth, it was the academy players that saved us. It wasn't the established players. Brandon Williams scores his goal. Greenwood scores his goal, and then Rashford scores his goal. We literally had 3 goals scored by Manchester United academy players, set up by a 15-million-year-old kid from Swansea. And that's good. I'm proud of that in a way, but it's also shows the state of our club in that we're relying on academy players, not world-class players, not experienced players to help get us back in games to win games, and that for me is unacceptable. Don Ragnar, in November 2018, we were 9th. In November 2019, we're still 9th. Do you think Maguire's improved United in any significant way? It's yes and no. And I say yes and no in the sense that we don't actually concede that. Well, okay, we conceded 3 last week, to be fair. Although I would argue Phil Jones was playing. So if Phil Jones is playing, and he has been playing. I don't think we can criticise Harry Maguire because I think Phil Jones playing in any defence would capitulate it, irrespective of who's playing. If you put Phil Jones by Van Dijk, Liverpool would concede goals. But I think the thing about Maguire, and I would say the thing about Maguire, when you see Maguire play, Maguire's defensive attributes at Leicester, why did we buy him? We bought him because he was so defender, but also because he was good in the air. We're not delivering good enough crosses to actually help him with the attributes of being good in the air. Our set pieces have always been awful. As far as defense goes, we don't really have a proper defensive midfielder like he had at Leicester City. So at Leicester City, he had an Ndidi in front of him. So we don't have that at Manchester City. So he's always exposed all the time. And to be honest, Maguire is probably our best creative player in terms of actually passing the ball forward and making some movement. Other players don't do that. If you actually watch, I was watching some highlights against Newcastle when we lost, and literally looking at that game, Maguire was the only player passing the ball forward, passing so much so that it would almost go direct to like your Marshalls, etc. Our midfield was just passing it sideways. That's not good enough. So he has improved us in one way, but he has improved us in another way. But I don't think it's solely him. I think if he's in a better team, he'll be good. But right now our team is crap. Sakam Jamar, today we have to win. I agree. Don Michael Ollie said he refuses to give his strikers goal targets when honorable. I don't quite understand. If that is true, then that's weird because I don't know. I think Ollie must say a different thing to explain the difference because even in his post where he said, "Oh, Lingard had one of his better games against a star," and I was like, "Yeah, but he didn't though." So I'm really, really hoping that what Ollie says to his players is different to what he says to us because I'm not entirely sure what he's watching at times, and it does get a bit frustrating. Hey, Deborah Weekly, good to have you back in, man. I appreciate it. I will stop over your channel and actually shout out to him, by the way. If you want regular Manchester United content, head over to his channel and give him a like and a share and a subscribe. But yeah, the midfield is a big concern. Our midfield is trash right now. No McTominay, no Pogba. He's not going to play the likes of Garner or Gomez. Pereira is trash. Fred is semi-decent, but he'll struggle by himself. He's not going to play Matic. I've got no idea what midfield is going to play. I really don't. Even the midfield I posted just there, is questionable. So yeah, I don't know. Rasmus say, I hope we'll win, but I want to see Ollie leave. Of course, the main issue is the board. Any manager's going to struggle with this board. And I'll end the stream with that in a second. So I'll come back to it, but Boy's not going to leave anytime soon, so then changing the manager who's out of depth seems the only way to change the situation. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it does come to the fact that if we change our manager, one, obviously who comes in. Because we need to be careful. Thanks everyone who's liking the video. Really appreciate it. Please like it. We need to obviously, if we're going to sack a manager, we need to have a ready replacement. Okay? We didn't actually have that when we sacked Mourinho midway through. So, Spurs, they sacked Pochettino. Within the second day, they have a replacement. So, for me, if Ollie does get sacked, Manchester United have to be thinking of a replacement. Because if you think about it, if Ollie gets sacked, then Phelan presumably is going to be caretaker. I don't know, So until we find someone, and right now, available managers, your Allegri's, possibly Ancelotti. I don't know. I personally wouldn't have Allegri anywhere near Manchester United. I really, really wouldn't, especially with the board that we have. So it's difficult. It is difficult. You have to have. I don't want to. The issue with Sagnoli, and although I think you should, is that I don't want another rushed appointment, that will cause problems. I just think that's just not what we should be. But yes, like with a lot of things, it just goes to the board. It goes to the board. It goes to the board. It goes to the board. Unfortunately, and that's where we are. Right, guys. Okay, so I'm going to bring this whole stream to the end. Obviously, I'll be hopefully with a post-match reaction. After the game, hopefully, and just to basically, I think we should finish it at 4:30 kickoff. So post-match reaction at 6:15, 6:20. Fingers crossed. Thanks again for everyone tuning in. Really appreciate your ongoing support. Please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Student. Follow us on Twitter at WeUnitedX and check out our links below. We will hopefully doing a Red Devil Studio live podcast this coming Monday. Bring it back. We have a lot to talk about. So stay tuned for that this coming Monday. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think we're going to win? Please post in the comments below after this video. Yeah, but we need them in. It's a must win. It is a must win. Just reading the last few comments. If Ian's caretaker, I will suspend my support on Ragnar. Yeah. But I don't know who else would be because like I said, they would have to have a replacement ready before they sack Solskjaer. And Manchester United board are so incompetent that if they sacked Ollie, I just don't think that they would have a replacement in. James Van let's go. Man, I'm just about to end the stream, guys, and 11 people watching, so like, shout out to you guys. Shout out to everyone who's watching. Dog Ragnar, Rasmus A, Jamie, obviously that sort of tuned in, and everyone else, that has been contributing to this. I really appreciate it because it actually makes these previews and post-match reactions a lot better. I like your optimism, Jamie. I really do. 2-1 to United, and I hope we do win. We have to win. If we win today, let's build momentum. Because if we can beat if we can beat Villa, and if we can beat, Spurs, that's the momentum. Rasmus, will you have Skype calls in Red Devil Studio live in the post-match? Yeah, I mean this is the thing I'm trying to work out. Like I think right now it's just making sure that I have a good connection when where I and where I am, where I'm in the house, etc. I don't think I'll be doing it today, or with Spurs because I'm going to be going to Old Trafford to there. But at some point, either Skype calls or Discords. There's a Discord. There should be a link to Discord community. I will in the description. Although I will post. If it's not, I will post it in the comments. But what I would like for those of you guys who are interested in getting your voices heard, etc. I will be trying to. I hopefully post a video about this next week actually, because I really do want to set up post-match reactions, Skype calls in, whether that's via Skype or that's via Discord. So I really want to set that up. But also I want to set up the 100% Manchester United podcast where you guys will actually be, where I want you guys to be getting involved, coming online via StreamYard, etc. So really, if you guys could either hit me up on Twitter, DM me, or email me on WeUnitedX or WeUnitedXX@gmail.com about when you guys are free or ready to come on and come into the stream, and really appreciate it so we can get something organized, so we can actually get something going forward. That would be really good. Watch long today. Unfortunately, not watch long today, Jamie Runner, man. I really do want to get back to watch longs. I really do. I really do. It's just timing and streaming connection. It's getting to Christmas where I've been really busy, so I can't sit in front of a game all day watching it, unfortunately, just because I've got a million one things to do. But they will be coming back at some point, hopefully. So yeah. But yeah, thanks again for watching, guys. Like I said, please like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, UnitedX, and please, want more of you guys involved. We'll be trying to bring you more, and I will hopefully post more updates this coming week. So stay tuned for that. Let's go, guys. Let's win. Let us win. We need to win. Have a nice day, guys, and stay tuned for our post-match reaction.